Okay, so we're starting off back up onto your heels. And we'll just take a little bit of a reach up towards the top end of your mat. And then this morning, just allow for your left arm to come down by your side. And then walk your right hand across. And look back down towards your left hand. And just feel that little bit of a stretch coming across. And then walking the hand back over, swapping it over. Left hand coming over, right hand coming down by your side. And then look back towards your right hand. And just creep your fingers over. Start to get a stretch along the side of your body. And then walk your hand back over, spreading out your fingers, and then start to draw your body nice and slowly along the ground. Pull on up, roll down the shoulders and lifting the chin. Drawing up into a cat stretch, pulling up through the belly, and looking up towards your navel. Taking the head and tailbone away from each other, and then sitting back down onto your heels. And again, dive the body up and along the ground, shoulders down, lifting the chin. Come on up into a cat stretch, rounding up through the shoulders and the back. And then taking your head and your tailbone away and sitting back down onto your heels. And again, let's bring the body to pull up and through. And then this time, curl the toes. Sending the hips away and head down through your arms. Draw forwards into a plank. And then bending with your knees and sitting all the way back down onto your heels. And again, let's bring the body to pull up and through. Curling the toes, sending the hips away and the head down through your arms. Draw forwards to a strong plank, and then bending your knees and gently releasing and sitting on back. And again, let's bring the body to pull up and through. Curling the toes, sending the hips away, the head down through your arms. And draw forwards to your plank. Bending with your knees and sitting back down onto your heels. And again, bring the body to pull up and through. Curling the toes. And a nice long stretch off and along the back of your body. Drawing forwards into your plank. And then bending with your knees and sitting back down onto your heels. One more time, bring the body up and through. Curling the toes. And let's stay here in your down dog. Now walking the feet from one to the other. And just moving the hips a little from side to side. Just notice how the lower back is today. Notice how your hamstrings feel today. And just watching out with your hands, so your hands are facing straight up. And they're not too wide and they're not separating too much. When we're working into our Pilates, we're just really thinking about how we're holding in the best anatomical alignment. So that goes for the stretches as well. Come down onto your knees and let's place your right foot forwards. And today, just place down your right hand to the outside of your right foot. Bring your left arm up and take a little bit of a stretch to draw over. And then bring our hand all of the way back down to the floor. Curl the toes, lift the back knee and open up, turning to the back, looking up towards your right hand. And then maybe from there, you want to go deeper into your right hip. Turn your right foot open and go to the outside edge of your left foot. And then open the chest a little bit more. And then bringing it all of the way back round, knee back down onto the floor. draw your toes back and start, if you can, to take out the round of the back. Try, if you can, to start to flatten the back out. If you have a little tightness behind the knee, by all means bend the knee, make it a bit easier. If you are able though, start to draw the toes back a little bit more and press maybe a little bit deeper. And then let's bring the body back round to the middle, drawing your arms up through the centre. Take a deep breath in. As you breathe out, activate your waist. Nice little stretch into the side of the body. This really helps in keeping the lower back supple. So as well as the obvious areas, you feel latissimus dorsi and oblique muscles stretching, working into hip flexors and lower back as well. So coming back up through to the middle, breathing in and breathing out again, working your hips away, drawing your arms away and trying to keep your ears and arms together if you can. All of the way back up, letting your arms back down, placing left foot forwards. And just again, placing your left hand to the outside of your left foot, raising your right arm, and taking a little bit of an arc to come over. Then bring that hand back down to the floor, curling the toes, lifting up the back knee, opening up to the left, raising your left arm, and either remain or start to draw open your front foot, go to the outside edge of your back foot, and open your body back a little bit further. And then drawing your body all of the way back round, let the knee down onto the floor, raising both of your arms. Left hand coming back behind the right. Letting your arms all of the way back down. Moving back onto that back knee. Drawing back your toes. Okay, and again, a little bit of a shift backwards through the tailbone. Pressing down from the centre of your chest. Take a few breaths there, in through your nose, out through your mouth. Alright, gently come away, and let's come around onto your back. And just move in so that you can draw your heels in towards you, have them in touching distance. Lay your feet down so that they're parallel. And just to begin with here, starting off with your shoulders for me, roll the shoulders upwards and then roll them down. And again, roll the shoulders upwards and then walk them down and walk them away from your ears. Wriggle your neck out a little, really feel the collarbone, the upper part of your body is sitting nice and open. Work your lower back gently into the floor and then releasing the back away. And again, lower back, coming down into an imprint, and then releasing the back away. Okay, settling into neutral, and just feel you have that conscious hollow between your lower back and the ground. Take a deep breath in through your nose, and start to let your ribs widen to the side and back of your body. And then as you breathe out through your mouth, blowing the breath out with a little energy. Again, as you breathe in, the ribs are widening, the belly's flat. As you breathe out, engaging with your core, pulling up behind the surface muscles. Again, deep breath in through your nose. And as you breathe out through your mouth, draw that breath out as if you're blowing out a candle. Again, as you breathe in, the ribcage widens. And as you breathe out, drawing the navel to the spine, up on the pelvic floor and pulling up behind the surface muscles. So you may start to feel the sensation of the waist pulling in a little bit. Pull up from the pelvic floor, which is linked up to your transverse abdominis muscle, your internal back strength. All Alright, that corset muscle that sits around the middle of your body. So again, in your mind, visualize the area of the body that you're looking to work your postures from. And in Pilates, remember, you're working the body from the inside out. Now I'm going to start us off today with your anchoret. I'm going to be working with the circle between the knees as an option. You could, of course, use your ball between your knees instead once we get going. Or you don't need to use anything at all. Elbows nice and wide though. So to start off, as you breathe in, dropping the chin. As you breathe out, raising your upper body and engaging with your core. Breathing in through your nose to stay. And then breathing out through your mouth, engaging your core as you lower. Breathing in, nodding the chin. Breathing out, engaging with your core, lifting from the center of your chest, maintaining neutral back. Breathing in, the ribcage widens. And as you breathe out, navel back to the spine as you lower. Okay, so if you would like to use a ball or a circle, going a little bit wider with your feet. Alright, that will be okay. And you're breathing in, nodding the chin. As you breathe out, squeeze a little either onto the ball or the circle. Breathing in to let go. And then again, breathing out as you lower back down to the floor again. Breathing in, nodding the chin. Breathing out, engaging the core, navel back to the spine. Breathing in, let go. Breathing out, bring up on the pelvic floor as you lower back down to the floor. Breathing in, nodding the chin. Breathing out, engaging the core as you lift. Breathing in, let go. And again, breathing out, engaging the core as you lower. Breathing in, nod the chin. Breathing out, engaging the core as you lift. Breathing in, breathing out, engaging the core as you lower. Again, breathing in, nod the chin. Breathing out, really pull up on the pelvic floor. Navel back to the spine as you lift. Breathing in, letting go if you're squeezing. And then breathing out, squeeze again on the way back down. Letting go at the bottom. Last one, breathing in, nodding the chin. And breathing out, engaging the core as you come up. Breathing in, letting go. And breathing out, engaging the core as you lower back down to the floor. Alright, now taking the circle away, or the ball away, take both of your legs straight along the floor for me. Now as we bring one leg up towards the ceiling, breathing in. As we lower the leg back down, breathing out. Changing to the other leg. Breathing in, bringing the leg up. Breathing out, lowering the leg down. So as you bring the leg up, be aware of keeping the ribs widening up. And as you breathe out, be aware of drawing the navel back to the spine and lowering. Neutral position with your lumbar spine. So if your hamstrings are holding a little tension today, bend your knee. For those of you who have a circle or you have a ball, for a little bit of resistance for the upper body, you could hold it up in front of you. And then as you lower, pressing gently with your palms. Breathing in. And then as you lower, breathing out, pressing gently with your palms. And again, breathing in, coming up. And breathing out, engaging with your core as you lower. Again, breathing in, drawing up. Breathing out, navel back to the spine as you lengthen away. And really using that resistance. If you're not using either a ball or a circle, you can press your palms into the ground when you lower the leg down. Just see if you can incite a little bit more strength work to come in from the core. Deep breath in, breathing out, engaging the core as you lower. One more time, breathing in, and then breathing out as you lower. Alright, let's from here, bend the knees up and gently come around onto your hands and knees. Okay, now I'm going to work out with the circle today, with the pressure. Now if you don't have a circle, you could just actually use your arm out to the side, and that will still challenge you. Let me just explain what I'm going to be doing so that we get it right. When we put our hands on top of the circle, we try not to squeeze. So we try not to grip with our fingers, but we press down with the flat of our palm. And that's going to go through with everything that we do. We talk about that when we use the ball as well. As soon as you draw your fingers in, you use a different entity of power. Your fingertips are a lot stronger than your palms. Fascia, the connective tissue, will respond from palm pressure. It won't respond so much from the finger pressure. That's why we're using it, okay? So when I place my palm on top, my hand is just slightly away from my shoulder, okay? So what we don't want is too close, all right? It's not to do that. What we want to do is challenge it slightly, again, like challenging your balance. So the opposite hand is on the floor, but in line with the one that's on the circle. So we take out the leg that's in alignment with the hand that's on the floor. Then as we lift, we press down gently, all right? So like I say, if you don't have a circle, you can just take your arm out to the side, okay? And you keep it there, all right? If your arm tires, put it to the lower back, all right? But again, I'm going to leave it up to you how hard you want to work today. So as we press up with the leg, you press down with your circle. And with this one, we're breathing out to lift, breathing into lower, breathing out to lift, into lower. And again, keeping the body nice and still. Pull up on your bottom rib, so your bottom rib doesn't drop out. Therefore, again, you don't end up with a sinking in your lower back. Alright, so if you're using that circle, breathing out, you're pressing down as you lift the leg up. Otherwise, it's a single leg raise. Breathing in. Again, breathing out to lift the leg, breathing into lower. Looking forwards, try not to look underneath your body. Equally, try not to have your head too high up. Alright, 2 more here on this side. Breathing out, breathing in. 1 more. And in. Slowly bring that leg in, swap it on over. Alright, so again, hands are on top. Take the leg out straight. Register the line of your hips on this one. Breathing out to lift the leg. Breathing into lower. If you're using the circle, press down. Breathe out, lift. Into lower. And again, navel back to the spine. Keep thinking about the length of your spine and the length of your neck. Alright, so think about the very top of your head. Feel like you have a light shining out of the top of it. Okay, and you want to keep that light constant and it's facing straight ahead of you. Alright, so although, again, you're not lifting your head, you're not dropping your head, it wants to be in alignment with the rest of your body. So as you press down, breathing out, keep pulling up on the bottom rib, breathing out to lift, into lower. And again, breathing out, lift, keep the rest of the body still, just working areas. Pull the belly up, 2 more. Breathing out, breathing in, 1 more. And all right. Let's come down onto your belly from there. Now coming into the breaststroke. So if we can bring the arms to come down by your side. I'm going to be working today with the shoulders. So I'm going to be working with the postural muscles. Then I'm going to work into a single palm raise with you today. Again, see how you get on with this. Again, do a bit, take a break, do a bit, take a break. Right? Particularly if you're finding it really challenging. Feet turned in, try and keep the lower part of your body now completely relaxed. As we breathe in, rolling both of your shoulders back. As you breathe out, draw the navel to the spine and raise your upper body. Breathing in to stay, and then breathing out to lower. And again, breathing in, roll back your shoulders. Breathing out, engaging with your core as you lift. Breathing in to stay, and then breathing out to lower, shoulders come back down. Breathing in, roll back your in your neck nice and long. Breathing in, peel back your shoulders. Breathing out to engage the core and raise your upper body. Breathing in to stay, and then breathing out to lower and shoulders down. Breathing in, shoulders roll back and down. Breathing out, navel to the spine as you lift. Breathing in, breathing out. Remember, you don't want to do everything from the lower back though. So remember, as you're lifting, really think about the core. Keep the core locked on, and then keep the core locked on as you lower. Alright, otherwise you're just going to do it all by the back. So we want about 30% of usage from the back, but try and make it 70% from the core. Alright, finishing off your last one. And then we'll bring the arms to come up. So the forehead is going to come down towards the ground again. And we look to take our arms as straight as we can today. As we raise one palm, breathing out. As we lower, breathing in. Breathing out to raise the other palm. And breathing in as you lower. Again, breathing out to lift. And breathing in to lower. As we lift, engaging with your core and into lower. Now if already you feel that the other parts of your body are trying to get involved, if your lower back is really grinding on this, like I was saying at the beginning, stop, take a break. If it's feeling relatively easy for you, which for some people have amazing range in their shoulders, in which case take both arms up. So as you take both of your arms up, you're flying the arms and breathing into lower. Breathing out to raise and breathing into lower. And again, breathing out to lift and into lower. Like I always say, just be careful, think about your body, think about what your body needs. You're trying to bring your arms so they go back of the alignment of your ears. Last one. Alright, now once you have finished for me, come on up onto your hands and knees. Now I'm going to come in to thread the needle as a stretch. I'm going to offer up that we put the inner thigh stretching as well here for you. So the right arm is going to go underneath, and the option will be that you take your right leg to the side at the same time. Alright, so it's up to you, you don't have to do this today. But I'd like to go to this little thread the needle reverse shoulder stretch. So we lower the ear down towards the floor. Like I say, option to take the right leg open as well. Gently bring the body back on up and change the other side. Okay, so take your left leg out if you're using that feature, and draw your left arm underneath, taking your left ear down to the ground. Gently draw your body back on up. Okay, now I'm going to come into a kneeling position next. So I'm going to be coming up and working into your abdominals, drawing backwards. So I've got a couple of options here, but I want to go through the principles first. So when we go back, okay, I want you to go back with your body in neutral. Okay, so this is not working the camel. We're not going backwards on our body. You will feel your quad muscles working, so be driven by how much you can take, all right, today. But as you go back, I want you to feel like you're kind of defying gravity. So you're going backwards, breathing out, breathing in. So it's like a leaning back. If you have a ball, if you have a band, if you have a circle, if you have a circle, hands on the inside. All right, and then as you go back, press in. Can you see? I've got it like that. All right, if you have a ball, you can put your hands on either side of it, gently press back. If you have a band, you can hold it in front of you like a rail. All right, so lots of different things you can do with this one. It's quite versatile. So if you're using the circle, we're going on the back. All right, just a good variation. So deep breath in. As you lean backwards, engage your core. Breathing out. Breathing in, drawing back. As you go back, breathing out, engage your core. Breathing in to draw back. Good job. And again, as you go back, breathing out, keep your shoulders down. And breathing in to draw back. As you go back, engage your core. Breathing in. All right, so really seek out that core usage. Navel back to the spine. You may even find you can go further back, you know, because if you just rely on your quads, you're only going to be able to do so much. Whereas as soon as you get that core locked on, all right, feel how your body will give you that little bit more. All right, it's a really simple way of expressing that core strength. Breathing out. Breathing in as you draw back on up. Good. Again, how are those shoulders feeling? Yes. And breathing in. All right, 2 more. Breathing out. Keep the shoulders relaxed. You want to keep that neck visible. 1 more. Breathe out. And breathe in. All right, let it down. All right, come around to a seated position. And we're going to work into your roll back. Okay, so I'll work into the principles first, okay, the basic, and then we'll use the circle, the ball, and the band. All right, so I'll get everything involved. If you want to use the band around your bottom of your feet, that's your preferred option, absolutely. If you need anything behind your lower back, okay, to give you a little bit of security, pop that into position now too. Deep breath in. And as you breathe out, engage with your core and slowly start to lower your body back. Breathing in, and then breathing out nice and safely, drawing your body up right on top of your sit bones if you can. Deep breath in, ribs widen. As you breathe out, lowering. Breathing in, and then breathing out, engaging with your core and coming back on up. All right, deep breath in. As you go back, if it's a good thing for you today, lower your back into an imprint. Breathing in and breathing out to draw your body all of the way back on up. And again, breathe in, breathing out, shoulders relaxed. We're lowering down, collarbone remains open. Breathing in and breathing out as you draw back up. So remember, it's not got to be about the shoulders. So if you are battling a little bit with your shoulders today, you might want to carry on without using anything. When I use a circle, okay, I am simply going to hold it. All right, and then again, you can do the same thing with a band in front of you, just like we did, like a rail, or you can do the same thing holding the circle. Holding the ball. What I really want you to focus on though is keeping those shoulders in the same position. All right, breathing in when you get to the bottom, and then breathing out to slowly draw back up. All right, it's one of my pet hates when I look at Pilates videos and I see people coming forwards in this humped up position. All right, because I know the temptation, you may be very, very strong, but the temptation if you're not very strong in your core is to use your shoulders instead. In which case, you could bypass using your core completely, all right, which would not really be what Pilates is supposed to be all about. So think about what you're using. If you feel areas of your body trying to work harder than your core, then maybe rein back. All right, think about what you're doing. Breathing in, as you go back, breathing out. I'm just going to touch down with the shoulder blades. Breathing in, breathing out as you slowly draw the body up. Again, breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in and out. Okay, let's put that circle down, band down, ball down. Alright, hands back behind you. Now coming in for your triceps. So we're going to roll open the shoulders, squeeze the shoulder blades towards each other. Offer the chest up. And as I dip back, breathing in. And then as I push away from the ground, breathing out. So as we dip back, breathing in. As we push up, breathing out. You're going to do as many as you need to and stop if you need to. Taking your legs out straighter if you'd like to lift your body. And then that one, engage your core first. Breathe out, press your toes down towards the floor. Breathing in as you lower. So when you draw your hips away from the ground, downwards down through your toes, and then breathing in as you lower. Alright, so just, like I said right at the beginning of your session today, think about how you're holding your body anatomically. Alright, and if you're coming out with your shoulders up by your ears, that's exactly the thing we're trying to come away from. So we're trying to train our body to hold itself with the right muscle usage. And that's why it's hard. Alright, because if you just let your body, really change its alignment, then it will just build up on the areas that it finds it easy to work with. And again, like I say, the core is often the last point that people want to use. Alright, so if you make it your first point, then it's really going to work. Alright, so you're going to really make that kick in before everything else. Alright, last one. Okay, let's give the triceps a little bit of a release. So just draw in one hand, drop it back behind you. You can sit any way you like. And if it's easy for you to reach back and take the fingers, if that's your preferred way of stretching the triceps, by all means. And if you're finding this easier, okay, try and bring your arm behind your head. And of course, keep your head up. But there's always plenty of other space to go with things like this. You can always stretch a little bit further. And then changing it over. So dropping the hand back. And maybe just a little bit of gentle encouragement. Maybe you find the fingers behind you. And then like I say, if you're finding it's getting easier now, maybe bring the arm a little bit further back behind your head. But of course, lift the body right up, lift the chin. All right, letting it all the way back down. Come around onto your side for me. Now let's lengthen the body all the way out and along the floor. Stack up your hips, point your toes. And then now as you bring that top leg away from you, breathing out and breathing in as you lower it back down. All right. So I really want now to think about your range of motion as you take that leg away, breathing in as you lower. So we know, okay, obviously these muscles are all linked. Now your hips, you work on them, you keep them supple, moving. It will help to aid the moving of your lower back as well. So when you take that leg away, go for your range of motion that's the best for you today. All right, and as you extend the leg, breathing out to lift, breathing in to lower. And of course, we do this lots in our toning classes when we're standing. All right, but it's much easier, of course, when you're lying down. But when you're standing, always try and do the same thing. So think about that range of motion, thinking about encouraging and maintaining what you've got. All right, 2 more here. Breathing out to lift, breathing into lower. All right, now today we're going to work but not nearly as high. Now bring the bottom one to it. Breathe out, lift, into lower. Now because we've just worked to the hip, you're going to feel that. You're going to feel it working hard already. But I want you to try and keep it stable if you can. If you don't need your hand to balance you, take it along by your thigh. As you lift the bottom leg, breathe out, into lower. Engaging with your core, into lower. And again, breathing out, lift the leg, into lower. And again, press and lower. Breathing out to lift and lower. Breathing out, lift and lower. Two more. And lower. One more. And then slowly bring your legs in. Soften at the knees. And then just take a hold of that top foot. Let's try to take it in for a little bit of a quad stretch. Deep breath in. And as you breathe out, taking the knee back a little. Today be using your elbow beneath your shoulder, knees in front of your body. If you don't want to weight bear at all onto the shoulder, back onto your back for me. I'm coming to ab prep on oblique lift. Alright, so do that one instead. If you can, you're coming up, breathing out, tipping over, reaching towards the ground, and breathing in as you lower it back down. As you go up, breathing out, tip it over. Breathing in as you come back up. Now as you get a little bit stronger, you may be happy to come up onto your hand and your foot. Line up the hand through to the foot. Open your chest out so your navel and your nose are front facing. Keep them in that alignment as you reach. And then as you breathe out, you're bending out from your waist. And then breathing in as you lower. Breathing out to lift, engaging with your core. Breathing in as you lower. Alright, good. Again, power the body up and through. Engaging with your core as you do so. Making that body a little bit lighter as you go up. Breathing out to lift. And breathing in as you lower. Two more. If you're okay with it today, breathing out, lift. And into lower. One more time. And then coming back over. Alright, let's swing it around. Let's go to the other side. So lengthening your body out and along the floor. Point your toes. And as you raise that top leg up, breathing out. Breathing into lower. And of course, again, I didn't say it on the other side, but this one is all about keeping the thigh and the foot front facing for really obvious reasons that I talked about for the hip. Alright, again, if you turn the leg, alright, and you push it up, it will go a lot higher, go up there. Alright, but what's happened now is I'm using completely different muscles. Alright, so I cease to work the hip, I cease to work glute medius. Alright, so what happens is the hip flexors take over and the hamstring range takes over. Alright, which is, we do lots of other stuff that incorporate that. So let's just try, if we can, to keep the body in that strong alignment. Breathing out to lift, breathing into lower. Again, breathing out to lift, into go lower. Go right to the edge of your range of motion. And lower. Trying to improve upon it maybe sometimes. And lower. Let's have two more. Breathing out, lift. And lower. One more. Okay, so we're going to have that leg up but not nearly as high. And then breathe out, lift the bottom leg into lower. Engage the core to lift and lower. If you don't need your hand support, bring it along by your thigh. breathing out, lift, into lower. And again, engage the core, pull up, into lower. Again, breathing out, lift, and lower. And so keep the chin lifted, keep the neck out of your shoulders. Breathing out, pull up, into lower. Like I said on the other side, the hips already done a really good job for us. Alright, so it is going to ache a little bit, but it's going to be over in a minute, so you'll be able to do it. Last one. And then lowering it down, nice release. Bend the knees, taking hold of the ankle and drawing the knee gently back. Letting it go. We're going to come up into your side bend on this side. So you're taking yourself back onto your back for me. A few more oblique lifts on the other side in your ab rep. Otherwise, open the shoulders and the chest. Breathing out and reaching over. Breathing in as you lower. Alright, so already still on this side, as on the other side, try not to tilt forwards or backwards. Probably won't go backwards, self-preservation kicks in, but you may go forwards. So lining up the hand through to the foot, and then as you go up, breathing out, reaching and stretching past your ear. So you're never going to see that arm, you know, it's always just going just out of your eye line. Breathing out, hips forwards, breathing in as you lower. And you know, with this position, even though it's quite tough, you know, you feel like you're getting better. Until we're touching the floor, we still have a way to go. Alright, so we're working into the bend, and we're reaching across. There's always somewhere else to go. Breathing out to lift. And it's remaining curious about what your body can do. Alright, try not to lose that. Finishing off your last one, and release. Okay, we're going to go back around onto your back, and we're going to do a little bit of work on your 100. See you finishing off there, everybody. Okay, so slowly lowering your body down. Okay, so you need a cushion behind your head. You're going to remain with your head on the floor and placing it behind your head so your head's not actually tipping backwards. You want to protect the neck. Coming up with the head and shoulders if you're okay with it, and lifting up with your upper body. Elbows come up nice and wide. There's a distance between the fist shaped, between the chin and the chest. Legs can come up a little bit further away from you if you're ready for that today. Maybe you take the hands away. Now this one is a great one to shut your eyes. So shutting your eyes and breathing, feeling the ribs widening on your in-breath. And as you breathe out, really pulling up behind the surface muscles, pulling up into the pelvic floor. Alright, so again, just soften down the shoulder blades. They should always be in touch with the floor. But again, really focusing on that internal strength. We're going with 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 3, 34, 35, 36, 7, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 3, 44, 45, 46, 7, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 5, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 3, 64, 65, 66, 7, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 3, 74, 75, 76, 7, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 5, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, with 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, bend to your knees. And just take down your right ankle to your left thigh if you can. And pick up both of your legs and draw them in towards you. Holding on to your left hamstring or your left shin. Let's change the legs over. Let that leg go. Gently come around onto one side and put yourself back up. Alright, now I've just got 2 more things I want to do with you. I want to get the plank in, I'm afraid. It's right at the end today. And I also want to get some rotation work in. Alright, the rotation work is really quick. Plank though. Alright, so I know we've done lots of upper body work, so you need to take breaks today. Elbows tucked in. Alright, knees are going to maybe go on the floor today, maybe you're going out into straight legs. See what you can do, alright? I believe that we're getting a lot stronger. I believe that we're making improvements on this, alright? You look like you're holding there for longer, okay? So long as our technique is tip-top, we are going forwards in the right direction, alright? And I believe that we're doing this. So replace your forearms down towards the floor, tuck your elbows in, spread your fingers out. Middle finger should be pointed straight up. Work your knees back. Pull up on your bottom rib. This may be you today, in which case stay. If you can, squeeze the back side and take your legs straight. Breathing in, breathing out. Look up towards your fingertips, but keep your chin tucked in. Don't lift your head up. Breathing in and out 3. In and out 4. In and out 5. In, out 6. In, out 7. In, out 8. In, out 9. In, out 10. In, out 11. Then up to 18. In, out 12. In, out 13. In, out 14. In, out 15. In, out 16, in, out 17, in, out 18. Good job, everybody. Come on up. Walk it back in. Alright, so as I promised, the last bit is really, really easy, really quick. So this, we're going to work into rotation. Going to be using either circle, rotating, ball, rotating, band, rotating. Okay, so it works in all aspects. What I'm going to do is first of all here, then here. Alright, if you go up above your head and you're hardly moving, put your arms back down again. Okay, it maybe it's not your day today. Alright, and that's fine. Okay, so taking the circle or anything, whatever you've got, or nothing. Deep breath in. As you breathe out, I just want you to hold on this today. Breathing in, no squeezing, no pulling. Breathing out, rotate. I want you to think about the movement of the middle of your body. Breathing in to come back. As you breathe out, draw the navel back to the spine. And breathing in as you draw back. Again, breathing out, navel back to the spine. Breathing in to draw back. Alright, so if that's you today, do a few more like that. If you want to. Alright, this is going to be a bit more challenging. Breathing out and rotate. Breathing in, come back up. Breathing out to rotate. Breathing in back up. If it's too hard, put your arms down. Breathing out. Breathing in. This is going to work underneath your shoulder blade. Alright, so it's working into an area you may not use all the time. Trying to get your ears and your arms in the same line. Much like we do at the beginning of the class with the stretch above our heads. Breathing out to turn. And it's not as easy as it looks. Okay? So breathing out, you're trying to rotate. Breathing in to draw back. Try not to move from the bottom part of your body. Breathing in. 2 more. Try not to take your gaze further than your body's going. And your last one. Breathing out. And breathing in. Alright, let those arms down. Good job. Tough work, hey? Alright, so bend your knees up. Go in and under and take a hold of your elbows. And wriggle your body on back. Find that little stretch into your lower back. Taking a hold of your fingers and then drawing it on back. And then turn the hands so you hold the other way around. And again, draw on back. Take out your right leg and take your left leg, if you can, to the inside of your leg. If this feels uncomfortable, have both legs straight. And then just drawing across your left arm towards your right leg. Go with a little twist in the opposite direction. Turn your palm open, push down into your right buttock, and then looking over your left shoulder. And bring the body all the way back round. Changing legs, lobbing the other leg in, reaching it across, right arm cross towards your left leg. Across, palm facing open, push down into your left buttock so it doesn't leave the ground. Look over your right shoulder. Gently bring it back round and And then just finding your favourite seated position, okay, whatever that may be today. I'm going to bring the arms all the way back, roll open the shoulders, and draw your head down. Like I said before, if your knuckles get to the ground quite quickly, and you can't take any stretch into the shoulders and the neck, come up a bit higher so that you can. And then tucking your chin across, looking down into the corner of your body. And then head coming through to the middle. And cross to the other side. Bringing it back down to the middle. Letting your arms come forwards of your body, stretch across the upper back. As you breathe in, raising both of your arms. And as you breathe out, opening it back and down. And again, letting your arms come forwards, tucking your head in. Breathing in, raising your arms. Breathing out, opening it back. Float the arms down one more time. And stretch across the upper back. As you come up, abdominals pull you up. Breathing out so as you go back. And release your shoulders. And just reminding you, tonight I've got a foot care class. All about ankles, movement in, flexibility, and usage of your ankles and your feet. If you're walking a lot, or if you're not, you need to do it, all right? I've been doing some research on it over the last couple of days, and hopefully it will be really fun, okay? And it will be relaxing, I promise you. You're going to be